So it looks like this has an adapter on it. It looks like it has a plastic adapter. I think it's the same adapter. So you could use it or the brass one. I'll just leave that plastic one. You could use either one. So this will fit in here. And then this can clamp to a bench or desk. So I'll clamp it to my bench here. Now I'm clamping this to the front, but typically we'd clamp this to the back or side. Okay, so now the microphone can thread on here. Then we can loosen this, and this will allow it to rotate right and left. Let me make sure that's fully tightened, okay? Oh, and that actually comes out of there. So I'm going to loosen this up, and I'm actually going to point this mostly straight down, about like that. I'll lift this up, and then I'll loosen these, and I'll kind of point that towards myself. I'll put that windscreen all the way back on. So rotate this around. So I'm going to plug in the USB-C here, and the headphone port is also back there. There we go. And that's about ready to use. I've got the cord here. Now you could use some little cable ties to attach this to the arm. So you could route this up around like so. So let's pull the microphone in view here. I'll go back into my settings app, and we have the level here. It's probably not super easy to see, but I can adjust that here with this knob. So we can see the green dots here. So it was at 3, and I can change it to 4 if I want more gain, or I can lower it down to 1 if I don't want as much gain. So I'll leave that where it was. Now I can hold down this button here, and when it turns blue, now we have the headphone adjustment. So I can lower that here. I'm guessing most people will just adjust their headphones through the settings on their computer, but this is another way to do it. So hold that down again, we'll go back to the microphone. Now this is moving here. If I press this once, we're going to go into mute mode. So now nothing's coming through on the microphone. So this has an RGB light on it. So I'll turn the microphone around, and we had that button on the bottom. So I'll press that once, and that will switch to a different mode. And here we can go through the different colors. So here's a little effect. And we can hold that down if we want to turn it off completely. So I'll turn that back on. I'll actually shut my overhead lights off. Now it's a little easier to see. And you can see it during the day, but it's very bright in here. It's typically not what a person would have in a gaming area. So you can see we have the different solid colors. And then we have like the multicolor mode. Here's another one. It's kind of pulsing. So if you're into the RGB, they have you covered. If you don't like RGB, you can easily just turn that off. So I have the whole microphone here. I'm going to put this all the way up. It's kind of off camera. So all the way up, the microphone was just under 2 foot high. I'm going to pull this out. Now when I put it out, the reach on it was about 2.5 feet, but it was kind of low to the bench. You'd probably want a little bit higher, so you probably want maybe 2 foot. So it goes about 2 foot up and 2 foot out. So that's the ZealSound USB gaming microphone. I really like how easy this was to set up. You plug in the USB cable, plug it into your computer, and you're ready to go. It's all digital once it leaves that cable, so that really helps with interference. I like that they have headphone cable on the back here, so you could have this plugged in behind your desk or wherever your tower is, and then plug your headphones in here, so you don't have to run headphones all the way to the back of a computer or even to the front of a computer. If your computer's under a desk or something, it puts it right where you are. So a microphone like this could be great for gaming, Zoom meetings, OBS, just generic streaming. Again, you can hook this into an iPad. If you did that, it would work with Voice Memo, FaceTime, and other apps that take in audio from the microphone. And I find a lot of times having a dedicated microphone when you're doing things like streaming can make a big difference. Like if you're using a laptop, of course they have built-in microphones, but using an external microphone can really make you sound a lot better because you're directing your sound right into the microphone and not 1.5 feet away or 2 foot away. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you liked this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.